Oh, let it all work out. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Oh, it's froze. Yes! I'm having so much fun with all my technical difficulties and everything that I'm suffering with. Oh, what an evening. I'm close to just binning this stream off before it's even started. I don't promise a full stream here, ladies and gents. I'm having a lot of issues today. Don't know what's going on my end. It's not gone well. Let me just try and restart this. Deactivate, reactivate. Right, okay. I'm moving. That's a good start. Now it's a small matter of just getting the actual game up so that I can, watch that and we can actually talk about the game. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all doing? We are live. It is the first and one of the very few watch-alongs we'll be doing this season. The main reason for that, of course, is because there is only a few friendlies that have been announced for the campaign. One of them I am not here for. I'll be at Luke Combs on Saturday, July 25th as Celtic play Milan at Celtic Park. So, for only 3 times this pre-season, we will be doing a watch-along, and that starts today as Celtic head over the water a wee bit to Ireland to take on Shelbourne. The teams are out and we are minutes away now from kick-off. I don't even know if I'm going to get watching it. I don't even know if it's going to... there's a good chance, as I said, this stream could be over before it's even started. On that note, let's have a look at the starting lineups and then I'm going to let you guys, of course, take away the streaming. But you know how these watch-alongs work by now. If you've not been a Ryan 118 watch-along before, if this is your first, if you weren't here last season, the season before that, or any other prior campaign to where we are right now, then simply put, welcome to me talking shite for the next 2 hours. There's not any critical analysis of the game going on. It is us talking absolute nonsense as Celtic playing a meaningless pre-season friendly game. However, we've actually fielded some of the first team, a lot more of the first team than I expected. I mean, we go back to the last couple of years. Is it on Premier Sports? Oh, I see a couple of donations. I'll get to them in a moment. Thank you guys for the donations so far. The one thing I was going to say was that God, I forgot now. Yeah, go back the last couple of years, Celtic have always played like lower league opposition to start off their pre-season. And aha! I have the game. We've got it. Bang! We're sorted. We're off. I've got it on beside me now. Happy days. Thank you to whoever shouted out the fact that it's on Premier Sports. The teams are walking out. They've always played like the likes of Queen's Park, Ayr United, and it's literally been the Celtic B team that have took to the field. But today, if we go through the starting 11 very quickly before the game kicks off, it's not exactly the B team that's playing. We actually do have a few of the first team, including Cameron Carter-Vickers, who plays his first game of football since last October. It's huge to see him back in the park. Hopefully he can stay fit and hopefully he's back to his absolute best. But here is the team as follows ahead of kickoff. Keep in mind, this is a live stream. I will be behind. I don't care if you spoil it. I really don't. But let's try and not spoil it as much. Ross Doohan is in goals with a back four of Colby Donovan, Cameron Carter-Vickers, Dane Murray and Haney, young lad Haney. Midfield 3 of McGregor, Bernardo and Sean McArdle. And the front 3 for Celtic is James Forrest, Mikael-Ange Balak-Wisha and Callum Osmond. In terms of familiar names on the bench, we do have Liam Scales, Luke McCowan, Mike Nawrowski, Shin Yamada, Arne Engels, Adam Montgomery, and that's pretty much it. Instead of Salo, of course, and then it's a lot of the younger guys, Francis Turley, for example, Hatton, Charlton Kennedy, Obadiwe, Darji, and Kyle Ure. So a lot of the younger guys on the bench. I'd imagine we'll play a completely different 11 in the first half to the second. I'd imagine that none of these players will see the second half that are starting today. As for Shelbourne, no clue who any of their players are. Don't mean that with any disrespect, but could I just say very, very quickly a massive shout out to my good friend Connor, who is Celtic and Shell's loyal, who must be absolutely buzzing for this today. I'm assuming he's over at Tolka for this. If you know, you know. Good on yourself, Connor. Right, let's get back to the watch along. Let's go over the couple of donations before kickoff, shall we? Very, very quickly. Thank you to Connor, who's donated £5. I don't even know why I've got these headphones on. Thank you to Connor, who's donated the £5, saying, alright Ryan, I'm happy with signing Duran for $6 million, but I've got one problem. Because we spent this much in Duran, are we going to sign another striker? That is a good question. Celtic need to sign another striker. I don't even think we're at a point of if or will Celtic sign another striker. I do genuinely believe we need to, and the reason for that is because outside of Callum Osmond, we don't have any striking options. Dyson Maeda, who also plays up front for us, is going to leave the club, so we might not spend big on another striker, and I have my problems with that, but nonetheless, I don't know. I think we're still going to have to sign one. Kick-off is upon us. We're about to kick off here at Tolka Park. Shelbourne versus Celtic. Thank you to Callum for the $9.99. What a legend, mate. I love you, brother. I appreciate you. Callum saying with the $9.99, alright Ryan, been a while, hope you're good. I am good, I hope you're good. I enjoyed the break from Celtic for a bit, but buzzing, the Tims are back. Hopefully a good win to help the coefficient. Well, listen, it's a pretty bit. Look, I was meeting today with very exciting things in the works, but I met with a fellow Celtic podcaster today, who I will not name for now. I was out for a couple of drinks and a chat with a fellow Celtic podcaster, and I'm not going to. I may as well be honest with you, because if there's one thing I've always kind of prided myself on in this channel is calling it how it is and calling it honestly. I'm kind of dreading this season. I'm not particularly excited for this season, and until Celtic do the required work in the window, it's kicked off, by the way. The game is underway. We are officially underway here at Tolka Park. First half has started, and Shelbourne are the team who kick off and have possession to start the game. But basically what I was saying is that, like, by the way, Shelbourne not far, 14 seconds into the game, they had a chance just over the bar. Not far, not a terrible chance created there by Shelbourne, early stages of the game. But the point I was going to make was, I said it to them today, it's not, I'm not relishing this season right now. I'm happy that Celtic are back, because Celtic being back is a good thing, because, you know, it's our life, it's our pride, it's our joy, it's my football team. But in regards to the season ahead, I'm not feeling particularly confident or good about it right now. And Celtic have a lot of work to do before I am feeling, particularly confident or good about things. So, we'll take it as it goes. Let's hope for an encouraging pre-season, and we'll see what happens. But we are a minute in here. Celtic going forward for the first time in the game via that right-hand side of the park where Colby Donovan is playing right now. He'll take the throw in. Thank you to FSC 2012 for the membership of 14 months. What a legend. Goal kick, Shelbourne. He says, I'm miles behind. I'm still on the part where they're walking out. Christ, you are far behind. I hope you're not watching on this new Pass to Paradise pish, because if that's how far they're behind, then goodness God almighty. Sorry, I don't have a clock on screen or anything like that, by the way. I didn't have the software installed on the new PC, and as I said, I was busy today. I was out meeting someone, so I've not had the chance to install that. But I'll keep you informed of where we are and how the game's going as much as I can. Callum Osmond having a battle down that right-hand side with 3 Shelbourne players ganging up on him. He does come out the loser of said battle, but Celtic win the ball back in the middle of the park. So keep your questions flying in, and we'll try and get to as many as we possibly can. I'll try and cover all aspects of conversation. Of course, we are waiting on the signing of Camilo Duran, who's looking to become Celtic's first signing of the summer transfer window. The talk is now that the fee is in that region of £5 million, maybe even as far up to £5.5 million. I think that's fine. I'm not going to look. I think one of the things that I've seen is a lot of the, and I get it, because at first it was the narrative that I was certainly balling from Celtic here, trying to bring it down the edge of the box, cleared by Shelbourne. I understand why people think we've maybe been fleeced, because all the talk was initially €3 million. So how have we ended up in the €5.5 million bracket, But at the end of the day, like, it wasn't as if those numbers or those fees were, like, certain. So, like, when the first reports came out about €3 million, like, you have got to ask yourself the question, well, who is actually reporting that it's €3 million? Where's that information coming from, and is it accurate? So, like, there's nothing to, and this isn't me, I'm not trying to defend the board by any stretch or anything like that, but, like, there's nothing to say that it was definitely €3 million that Karabag were looking for. So I'm not going to look. My first reaction was, how can a club that want €3 million end up getting €5.5 million? Only Celtic can do business like that. But nonetheless, there's nothing to say that was definitely a €3 million fee that was on the table anyway. David, how you doing? My pal David's in the chat saying, hi Ryan, can I please get your thoughts on the job Cherry Kraken is doing at Forfar? Brilliant, by the way. Cherry Kraken, Forfar manager. It took them from 9th. He had about how many games left in the season? Cherry Crankin had about 12 games left. He took the job at 9th, ended up winning the league, promoted to League One, easily the best manager in Forfar's history, and looking for back-to-back promotions into the Championship. Cherry Crankin, what a job the man is doing. Looking forward to seeing what he can do tonight. And I'll see how Colin Coward gets on his second season at ADO Den Haag. Right. Let's get to some of your questions. Shelbourne are the team on the ball right now as they probe the Celtic final third. They're looking to get the ball in the box, kind of sent backwards, Celtic pushing them out. Shelbourne definitely look the sharper of the two sides thus far, I would say. They look a bit more match ready, a bit fitter, a bit sharper on the ball, but that's the story with every pre-season. I feel like we always start off against teams that just look naturally very fitter than us. Here's a chance for Shelbourne, shot on goal, and Ross Doohan almost spills it into the hands of the Shelbourne striker who came running in, but he does scoop it up, and Celtic will now build the ball out from the back. Devine off to Preston after your video talking about the possibility of joining. Apparently he's chose Preston. Yeah, I saw those links, Kieran. I saw those stories today, Kieran. Apparently they've had a bid in the region of £4.5 million accepted for Alfie Devine. Look, if he goes to Preston, he goes to Preston. I think if Celtic had a set of balls on them now, they would go and match that bid and try and speak to the player and his representatives. Whilst, moves get hijacked in football all the time, and there's no reason why Celtic shouldn't be able to hijack certain moves. I think £4.5 million will be a steal for a player of Alfie Devine's quality. And if we miss out on him, I will be quite gutted, but it's not the end of the world. But as I said, if they have balls, we should go for it. I hope you're doing well, Ryan. Thanks, Tyler. Will Celtic go for Sriracha? I assume they will. Whether we get him or not is a different story. Yeah, exactly. Shells are mid-season, Adam. A point that I completely forgot to mention. Shells are mid-season, so they will obviously look a lot fitter and a lot more prepared for this game than what Celtic do, who haven't played since the 24th of May or the 26th of May, whatever it was. An interim head coach right now for Shelbourne, Lorcan Fitzgerald. Very Irish name, isn't it? Best scran you had in the USA. I really enjoyed Gumbo, by the way. We went to the Gumbo Bros in Nashville, and I was a big fan of it. I'm a big fan of Gumbo. Would recommend. Sounds disgusting when you say it out loud, Gumbo, but I was a big fan. Oh, a dirty challenge on Balak. That's a career ender. Hey, get him off. Oh. Balak, by the way, we've not spoken enough about the fact that he is playing. Does well there to break away from both of his men, and it's a dirty tackle, to be fair. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh. Maybe he is trying to genuinely play the ball, but he gets it all wrong. Catches Balak. Balakwisha's leg is pulled back in the process. He is down. We're waiting for him to get back up. But Michelangelo Balak starting for Celtic. Could it be a breakthrough season? Could it be a breakthrough season for Michelangelo Balak? Does any chat? Let me ask the chat this. We've got just around 500 viewers at this moment in time. Ball in, headed towards the goal, but taken by the Shelbourne keeper. Let me ask this question: does anybody have faith that Balak will be part of the Celtic squad this season? And when I say part of the Celtic squad, I mean like used. And could he do any good? Could he do anything? Could he be of any use to Celtic this year? Is anybody still holding out for that miracle? Let me know. Let me see if there's any Balak believers in the chat. Balak believers. Any Balak believers in the chat? What are your thoughts, Ryan, on the gap this season? Do you think it will close with Derek McInnes going to Rangers and signing players? Well, what was the point? The points gap between us last year? Did it end up being like 12 points between us and Rangers? I would be surprised if it's 12 points again, put it that way. As I said, I call things honestly. A lot of people saying no to my question about Balak. Can't be demanding Balak off already, Ryan, for fuck's sake. We've got a lot of nopes. Martin says nope. Sheffy Bot says you're having a laugh, mate. Zach says no. Max says not at all. But we do have a few yeses. We have a few yeses in there. We have John saying yes. We have John saying yes. But it definitely is outweighed by no. I mean, Daniel asked the question, Ryan, do you think I've got a chance with Dua Lipa? And what I say to that is, look, I know Callum Turner is a handsome man. He's very talented and clearly in a loving and happy relationship with Dua Lipa, but you'll never know until you try. So that's all I can answer to that. It sounds like you're saying Balak. Balak Wisha. The Wisha of the Balak. Or however, I don't know if that's the exact pronunciation, but you go, how you doing, Alistair? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Jamie saying, I don't think Martin has any interest from what we saw towards the end of last season. Hard to get rid of someone when their value has dropped like a stone. Yeah, I think that's an interesting point to bring up in regard to Balakwisha, because even if Celtic were to try and sell him this summer, how do they go around that? So, one of the things, I don't want to drag on the Balakwisha talk all stream. I think we have bigger and better things to talk about. But I'm going to bring in Jackie's point for a minute. Jackie says, no, he had his chance. I'm going to be controversial slightly here. I don't think he did have his chance. I don't think he's had enough chance. And he looked tragic, right? There is no defending the level of performance that we got from Balakwisha. He was really, really bad. Apart from the assist that helped us win the game against Motherwell, was it? He done very little to nothing in a Celtic shirt. So I'm not sitting here saying, oh, he needs to get another chance. But I was actually thinking about this as the teams came out today. Did he really get a chance? Because I think we've seen far worse players afforded more chances in Celtic shirts. And like, if we've, and this is, look, let me flip it to those in the chat who are Yang fans. Look at the amount of chances Yang got. And Yang eventually got it right. So, do you then afford those chances to the likes of Balakwisha? Do you know what I mean? I actually don't think he was given as much of a chance as what it seems. But that's, I'm not saying that I think there's anything there. So I'm not overly arsed. Do you know what I mean? I'm just trying to look at things from a neutral point of view, from a fair point of view. I mean, how many games did he end up playing for Celtic last year? Do you know what I mean? I very much agree with what Kieran says there. It does look like, on the surface at least, it looks as though we got conned. And I think that's very hard to deny that we got conned. But I don't know, like, listen, you never know. He might just need that one game, and it might all come together and it might click, because clearly something was working for him at Antwerp. Like, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I'm not going to take back everything I said. I really wanted us to sign Balakwisha. I thought on paper he looked like a cracking player. There was fitness and injury worries that were a bit of a concern, but aside from that, his statistics were pretty good. He was very well regarded by Antwerp fans. They gave him this big bloody send-off, and like, he was clearly very much liked in a league which is pretty good, the Belgian Pro League. It's a pretty good standard. So something's just clearly not worked for him at Celtic. Will it ever work? I don't know. Sorry for bringing Yang into it, Jackie. Give him 10 games, and if he doesn't get it, he needs to go. 10 games is a lot of games in Scottish football. It's a lot of games at Celtic, to be fair. So wait and see. He needs to move on, empty jersey. Right, well, that does the Balakwisha chat for now, I think. 12 minutes into the game. No real big chances yet for any of the two teams. Celtic yet to really threaten. Shelbourne have come closest so far. A shot on target with a save spilled by Ross Doohan, but it was eventually scooped up in the end by the keeper. I do like Toka Park, I must admit. Very authentic vibes to it. Header on goal now from Shelbourne, but it is out for... Oh no, it was actually off a Celtic player, so it's a corner kick coming up here for Shelbourne. I think Tenecti will have a breakthrough season, says John. I like the optimism. Thank you, Tony, by the way. I appreciate that. How are the young lads playing? None have stood out in the first 12 minutes of the game, I would say. Has been very much Shelbourne on the ball. But nobody's really stood out yet from the younger lads who have played so far. I think you need to wait for the game to go on a little bit. It's a corner now, though, for Shelbourne as they whip it in. And it goes over the heads of everybody and out for a goal kick. How many players do you think need to come in? Too many. I still think that Celtic need to make at least 6 signings. At least 6, and that's without considering players who need to leave. So it's probably more than that. Will we get that? Probably not. You've got to be a realist in these times. I think after the Milan game... will determine their season. I'm confused what you mean, but okay. Balakwisha for Ballon d'Or. Is this Shelbourne Irish? Yes, Shelbourne are Irish. They play in the League of Ireland, and in respect to my mate Connor, I'll say they're the biggest team in Ireland. I've got no real opinion of who the biggest team in Ireland is, by the way. So for all my Irish viewers who might have an opinion on that, feel free to drop. But out of respect for my mate Connor, I'm going to say thoughts on Tenecti. I don't think he's very good, to be honest. I'm not a huge Tenecti guy. I think he's weak as piss. Inconsistent, not the kind of winger that I like. But I'm willing to say that his second season could be better. Cross in there. And it was looking like it was maybe going to get to, I think that was Callum Osmond, but it was cleared by Shelbourne just before it got to him. Yeah, let's have a look here. It was a lovely ball played through for Jamesy Forrest, who a delicious ball in with his left foot, yeah, for Callum Osmond, and it's a last-ditch clearance for Shelbourne as Celtic now have a corner kick. Can they make anything of it? It's swung in to the near post, but it's cleared for another corner. Do you think Celtic should try and sign Kieran Bowie? Not particularly. I'm not overly fussed on Bowie. I don't think he's that good. I think he's clearly a talented player, but I don't think he's ready or I don't think he's Celtic level. Another corner again for Celtic. This time goes further than the near post, and it's another corner for Celtic. This time knocked away at the back post by Shelbourne as we look for a third consecutive corner. 2 poor corners so far, not really heading towards any Celtic player at all. So hopefully we can get better here. It's actually Balak Wisha who stands over this third one. First one he's took of the game. Ball in, decent. This one's decent, cleared by Shelbourne. Was in the mix though. Just had to have a little bit more height on the end. It just dipped a little bit too soon for Celtic to get to and Shelbourne get rid of it. And now they're looking to strike on the counter-attack down this left-hand side. Celtic are in no man's land here. Shelbourne move forward, but it is dealt with in the end. Just as they were approaching the box. Any news in Iheanacho? No, there's none right now. Look, listen, lads. Don't take this for gospel. Don't take this for. There's definitely nothing in this to suggest it's the case, but I'd be stunned if Iheanacho's a Celtic player next year at this point. So that's all I can say right now. Ryan, do you think we'll make an approach for Ho? Hard to say. Probably not. I don't think Celtic are going to be willing to spend that much money on a striker. I also think that there's a chance opening there to go for him, mostly down to the fact that, God's sake, what did I miss there? I turned away, and did Shelbourne just have a good chance? I turned away for a second. I think Duhan might have just made a big save. But what I was going to say was, I forgot. Here it is again. I just missed this because I looked away. They had a shot from just outside the box. Oh, they hit the post! Bloody hell, Shelbourne hit the post. There's a good chance. Duhan just can't get down to it in time. Pretty slow to react, and it beats Duhan, but hits the post. Corner in the end for Shelbourne after that. After a bit of panic around the box, they send... I don't think there's any, the stuff with the Egyptian winger is nonsense, by the way. Celtic haven't bidded $4 million for any Egyptian winger, and I do agree that he looks absolutely shite, but I'm pretty confident in saying that is nonsense, as far as I understand right now anyway. So, just a case of don't believe everything you see on the internet. Cult hero Big Kelechi, we'll definitely mention him in the future for that one season. Oh, absolutely. I look at Kelechi in the same vein that I look at a lot of these kind of one season cult heroes. Like, I don't think he was as good as like an Aaron Moy, but I look at him in the same vein. Like, I will talk about Iheanacho the same way that I'll talk about Aaron Moy. Like, I think I said it on one of the podcasts towards the end of the season, like, if Celtic moving forward here, oh, look at Jamesy, just too heavy at times offside. I think the way that I worded it was that, like, in like 10 years' time, if I'm in a charity shop or one of these retro Celtic shirt shops or something like that, and I see a 25-26 home kit with Iheanacho on the back, there's a good chance I'm going to buy it. I love the cult hero players on the back of shirts. And Iheanacho is now firmly one of those players for me. So, I will wait and see. But we shall have a chip in the shoulder and want to prove himself. Well, on Paddy, there's no point in asking me about anything to do with the AICSC stuff. I literally have no idea. It's the reason I've not spoke about it on the channel. Dundas in Minnesota, my brother. How you doing? And my Celtic stream is about a minute ahead of your live stream reactions. I'm not sure how that calculates. Well, it might be to do with the fact that my perfectly legal stream is just a little bit behind. Like, this perfectly legal and paid for stream that I'm using might just be a little bit behind. And on top of that, there then is a natural delay on a YouTube stream anyway. Like, you'll see what I say then comes through to you. Oh, is it 2-0 Egypt? Fuck off. I don't know who I want to win the World Cup now. Oh. Who do we... Oh. Who do we support now? That's Argentina out. Let's have a look at the knockouts. So, if we're looking at... Probably Spain. I probably support Spain. I think England could be in the final now as well. I think England are in the final. Not going to lie. Can I make an NFL channel? I would love to, but I don't know if I've got the time. Is it coming home? Has love really got the world in motion? Because I'm starting to feel that love may have the world in motion. It can't be a Spain and France final. I think that's... Spain and France final is literally impossible. It can't be a Spain and France final. So, as I said, is this goal getting overturned? Is the goal getting overturned? I love how we're watching Shelbourne Celtic and I'm talking about Egypt and France. It is the World... Egypt and Argentina. It is the World Cup at the end of the day. Is it getting chopped off? I hope it is. By the way, no ill intent towards Egypt, by the way, who I have a great respect for. But, I mean, Argentina are the team who I would like to see win it that is left in the competition. Try to follow on my phone here. Has it been disallowed? Wow. Big call. Big call. Right, well, no goal. Back to Celtic. 20 minutes played. Celtic yet to really have a go of it here. This is the beauty about doing these pre-match, pre-season watch-alongs, because... Oh, here we go. By the way, chance! Oh my god, Callum Osmond. That was poor. That was really poor. Oh wow, Callum, son. Don't be doing that in the main season, please. Don't be ruining the reputation you've already built for yourself. But yeah, that's the problem with doing these watch-alongs. Like, that's the reason why they do turn into 2 hours of me talking shite, because it is a glorified training session. It is. Look at Martin with a drip. Martin's looking great. He's tan shirt. He's very fashionable looking tonight. Where's the tracksuit? You'd think of all times that this would be the perfect time for Celtic to wear... Martin O'Neill to wear his tracksuit, but no, he's gone right for it. Do I have any thoughts on Luke McCowan? Not good enough for Celtic, I don't think, but you know, big respect for the guy. He's living the dream, and I like him. But he's here, and that's what matters. It's a good game with good players. Didn't even know Celtic were playing tonight. It sums it up, doesn't it? Honestly, I forgot until like Saturday that this was the date for the first pre-season friendly game, genuinely. So yeah, disallowed goal for Egypt. Thanks everybody for the updates. Thoughts on the Eagles' chances this year? Feeling good. I'm pretty confident we'll win the NFC. It's between us and the Rams. And the Rams shit the bed against the Eagles all the time, so it's effectively the Eagles, isn't it? Big shout in the AFC for me. I think the Texans could make the Super Bowl if CJ Stroud fucking remembers how to play football in the playoffs. But aye, I'm feeling good. I'm very confident. I just need to see what Mackay Lemon looks like. So I'll wait to see. Got my tickets. I'll be there to see them play the Jags. Looking forward to that. What strip are they playing? Is it the new home strip or some training setup? No, it's the new home top. By the way, what are we thinking? New home top. I do think it is stunning, to be fair. Sadly, I will not be buying it anytime soon. But it is a stunning shirt, I think. I wasn't overly keen on it when the initial marketing at Celtic around the box here. Balak Wisha, lovely wee bit of hold up play. Good ball. Just a little bit too high. Nice wee bit of movement there. Good wee cross from Balak Wisha. I wasn't a big fan of it when the initial leaks came out, the initial promo images came out of it. I thought there was just something off. It was mostly in the colour, the shade of the green and the sleeves. But I think it's great. No, Cooper DeJean didn't leave. No, Reid Blankenship left though. He's about the Texans. I've just buried my head in the sand with the World Cup in overtime to block out the pain of Celtic, to be fair. Do you know what? Honestly, yeah, don't blame you. It's like football's pish nowadays anyway, so like, who wants to watch it? Who really wants to watch it? You're in Egypt for the game, Bruce. That's class. Hope you're enjoying Cairo, mate. Best wishes. Enjoy yourself. Why are you watching a Ryan 118 stream when you're in Cairo? Go out. Party. I wouldn't say they've been irrelevant for the last couple of years. They've really just fumbled bad in the playoffs, but they've got the best. The Texans and the Eagles have the best defense in the NFL on either side. Anyway, I'm boring half of the fucking viewers. When am I doing the kit ranking video? Soon, hopefully very soon. I should have it out maybe this week, depending on what happens. Like, the thing is with doing the kit ranking videos is, like, I really need a day where there's no news, because if there's news, I've got work, you know. I've got to talk about Celtic signing players or whatever. I'll crack the jokes. I've got to talk about Celtic being linked with players and you know, whatever it is. But no, I will hopefully have it out soon for you. I know you're all waiting. The Ryan 118 tradition will stand. McCowan for the Ballon d'Or. That's an interesting shout. Go Irish. Where did I get this? I got this from, I believe it was one of the online hat store world, something like that. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure I got it from there. Yeah, I did forget. Exactly, Paul. Exactly. Go on, Punk. Right, 25 minutes played. 25 minutes played. Not much entertainment value on display so far in this first half. It has been a very kind of lackluster affair, as it was. But good ball there. Great ball. Oh, would that be a beautiful goal? Celtic came close. It was Paulo Bernardo on the end of it. It was a beautiful pass though. Who played the pass there? Was it McGregor? I think it's McGregor. McGregor plays this wonderful kind of little chip ball. Bernardo, who might have been offside, to be fair. I think he was offside. Brings it down with his chest and tries to chip the keeper. And he just hits it over. But that was a very nice move. A very nice pass from Callum McGregor. Be interesting to see how he's utilised this season. Celtic win the ball back in a good position. Balikwisha just holds it up. Poor pass. As he tried to play it to McGregor, it ends up going all the way back to Dane Murray. As Celtic go again, Balikwisha back to... Sorry, that's not Balikwisha. Ball over the top, and it's taken back by the Shelbourne keeper. Oh, for God's sake, has that Divine been announced for Preston? You're joking me. Let's have a look. Let's go to Twitter. Bastard. That's sad. Alfie Divine. Is that him announced? Yeah. Fuck. Well, that's sad. Well, that's annoying. That's frustrating. That is... I'm actually kind of gutted about that. I was really hoping that we would have signed Alfie Divine. I love it. I've just went on the post and the top reply is Wade Barrett saying incredible work. Bloody Wade. I keep forgetting Wade Barrett's a big Preston man. Yeah, okay. Well, that's that one gone. He's wearing Spud Bros for the next few years, boys. Snooze, you lose. Yeah, suppose so. Hydration break. Yep, get the hydration break on for the Guinness. Where's part 2 of the Red Dead streams from 2020? Been waiting a while for that. It should be up sometime soon. Should be. Here we're looking at getting Matt O'Reilly back on loan. Where are you hearing that? Where's that? Where have you heard that one? I've not heard that one yet. Oh, I thought Celtic were going to win the ball in the box there. Putting the pressure on. A wee bit more intensity these last couple of minutes. Fozzie must be getting a couple of shouts on the park. Right, let's see what Cole's saying. Cole says, is that 2-0 Egypt now? Well, that's that then. Well, that is that. Argentina are out of the World Cup, innit? Wow. That is a gutter. That one's okay. 2-0 Egypt. England are in the final. Oh, jeez, oh. Wow. Well, France, it's up to you. Deliver us all from evil. Please. Deliver us from evil, France. We need it. We need it, and we need it bad. Or Norway, ideally. So I was going to read out Cole's comment there. Cole saying, hear me out. Balikwisha might be reintegrated this season. I think he deserves another chance. He was sensational at Antwerp, the league which is a higher standard than Scotland, and he's only 24. Look, listen, I kind of... I don't know if you were here for the conversation earlier. I never say never. I think that Celtic would like to actively move him on this window if the chance presents itself. The problem The problem is I don't know if that chance will present itself. I don't know if Celtic will actually get the opportunity. There is a water break. We're having a... What's this? Is the sport changed forever? What the fuck's going on here? What's going on? Is somebody down? Are we actually having it? This is a fucking hydration break. How you doing, Jordan, sir? What's going on? This is disgraceful. This is absolutely disgraceful. Is that it? Are we going to Dundee Monday night, 8 PM or 7:30 or whatever time it is? Are we going to be getting a hydration break? Bloody hell. Anyway, so yeah, with Bartleyshire, look, only time will tell. Time will tell, and we'll see. Apparently, Hassan is looking very good. A lot of people are saying good. I mean, I don't think. Once again, the story about Celtic bidding for him is, by all accounts, from my own understanding, nonsense anyway. But I don't know where it's spawned from. So if there's genuine interest in him, God knows about that. But in terms of Celtic bidding for him, I believe, as far as I'm aware, that is complete nonsense. But we'll wait and see what happens. But apparently he's looking good. And we'll wait and see what happens. I am now a Frenchman, says Smell the Glove. Powerade hydration break brought to you by McDonald's. So, funny story about the first hydration break at Gillette at the Boston Stadium. They played, and I'm a big Bad Bunny fan, right? I love Bad Bunny. I think he's great. Can't speak a lick of Spanish, but I think he's great. And I love his songs, and I try my best to sing along to them. And they played Titi Me Pregunto during the first hydration break, and I was going, lyric for lyric, word for word, and there was a Mexican fella right in front of us at the game, and he turned round with, this is a true story, turned round with this look on his face, and I was just, singing along, pissed as you like, having the time of my life, getting a wee boogie, and he just goes, "How the fuck do you know Spanish?" And I was like, I don't. He's like, "Your Spanish sounds really good." I was like, I'm just fucking mumbling, mate. But apparently it sounded really good. So that was the best part about the hydration breaks for me, a wee bit of Bad Bunny, a wee bit of Benito, Do I reckon that Celtic win 10 in a row? It's far too early for that. Not even going to get dragged into that. Probably not. Got to keep myself humble. Hydration break in Dublin. Yep, we're back underway now, by the way. 31 minutes. The hydration break in Shelbourne is over. I'm actually going to put that in the chat. Hydration break in Shelbourne versus Celtic. I'm glad, because none of my pals are watching this because I'm watching the World Cup game. Aye. You see, they do the half-time show in the final. I don't mind it. To be fair, this is my. I've spoken about this with members before, right? I've spoken about this with members before, so members have heard my opinions of it. Crying about a half-time break is a waste of fucking energy. Who can be arsed? Why? You're not being forced to watch it. Go to the toilet. Go and have a fag. Go and have a drink. Go and do anything. Do anything. Oh, is that a penalty, Shelbourne? And if and the people in the stadium, right? There's your time to go to the toilet, go to the concourse, whatever. I've always been of the opinion that crying about a half-time break is pointless. I get that it extends the half-time longer than it should be. That part of the complaint I can get, but nobody is forcing you at home. If you're at the pub, you're not going to be watching the half-time break. You're not going to be watching the show. You're going to talk to your mates, and if anything, that wee bit of extra time lets you, digest your thoughts, have a bit more conversation before the second half. If you're watching it in the house, change the station, mute the telly, put some music on for half an hour. I think moaning about a half-time break is just, a half-time show is pointless. I think it is an absolute waste of energy, and that's just my own opinion. And I get, people always go for I can get the argument around, and I completely get it and understand it, and so I somewhat agree with the whole, because sometimes it's used as this massive platform for advertisement, and it's we're pushing capitalism to the absolute extremes. I can understand that. It's always the Apple halftime show or the Pepsi halftime show. It's just one big advert break, right? But you don't need to watch it. You don't. And that's, I don't care about there being one for the final of the World Cup. I'll probably watch the final of the World Cup in the boozer. And when that's happening, I'll go to the bar, I'll get a drink, and then I'll sit back down the marsh, and I'll wait for the second half to start whilst being pished. So that's my outlook on it. Celtic have a chance here. Wee square ball. They just can't get a shot away. It's a bit busy in there. Paulo Bernardo's struggling to get his feet sorted out. And in doing so, Shelbourne have time to really send Celtic pushing backwards. Just over 10 minutes to go in this first half. Celtic not really threatening just as yet. I mean, if Patrick Lowry performs at half time, I'd love it. I'd absolutely love it. I mean, we're never going to get Hassan in the first place. This is one of the things I do hate about Celtic transfer windows is like some shit page on Twitter says that we're looking at a player and it's like, why are we not getting him? Because we were never looking at him in the first place. James Forrest sends it back to Paulo Bernardo. By the way, can I just say very quickly, and it's a friend, I'm not going to be a hypocrite, because I don't judge players' performances in pre-season that harshly, I really don't, but what I will say is, Paulo Bernardo has looked arse. Or so I think, anyway. I think he's looked arse. Just saying. Celtic player, yes, of course, Celtic player. Celtic's first signing of the season, Celtic player. Shelbourne looking threatening here, a nice wee through ball play. They've got to that, and the boy dribbles it out of the pitch. But I think it's taking a nick off Doohan. I think we might be able to get a Shelbourne corner here. Yeah, it looks as though we're getting a Shelbourne corner. 10 minutes to go until half time. It has been an absolute shocker of a game so far. Nothing short of what I expected, to be honest. Thoughts to the hydration break. Don't even start me. See my live reaction as it was happening in real time. Aye, left back a bit sus. Yeah, we've been really poor doing that left hand side defensively, it must be said. Wee ball slipped in for Osmond. Has a shot and goal saved. Rebound. Oh, for goodness sake. Big chance there for Celtic. Callum Osmond's initial shot was saved. Balikwisha comes in. I think it was Balikwisha. It might not have been. Balikwisha comes in for the rebound. Does bugger all with it. And then there was a third chance that could have fell on the edge of the area that Celtic just don't get to in time. But that's probably Celtic's biggest chance of the game so far. It's a good save for the Shelbourne keeper. We're just waiting to see any of the highlights played back from that opportunity there. Another great ball sent from McGregor, just a little bit too short. Forrest comes in, sweeps up the rebound, sends it to Callum Osmond with his back to goal, sends it back to Forrest, who pops it! Oh, and James Forrest really close there. That should have been it. That should have been 1-0 Celtic. Really, really good chance. Forrest actually takes it really well, but because he takes it first time, here's the initial chance here. So Callum Osmond on the end of Balikwisha's pass. Good save from the keeper. Balikwisha comes in and he tries to be clever with it and drill it and round it round the defender instead of just shooting. If he shoots first time, good chance he scores. But I think he's trying to roll it round the defender. Because of that, Celtic lose out the ball, and then Forrest from range has a wee effort and it goes just wide. And Celtic's best chances of the game have came just there, and there's a wee bit of life in the old dog yet, as Celtic look to go forward once more. Thank you to the boys in green for the 21 months of membership loyalty. I appreciate that, brother. Saying England are bloody winning this. Bloody hope not. I think, I really do, I must admit, I could see England getting to the final, but I just think if France don't bugger it up, I think they would have their way with England. I'm not saying like PSG Inter levels of final, like Champions League last year, but like I think that France are just too good. I think England's defence will be a problem if they were to play France, but I'm starting to think England might get to the final now. I was, the thing is, right, I went into this tournament and I was saying for months in the lead up to this, to all my mates, I think England might finally win the World Cup. I think this could be the time. I think that Tuchel's a great appointment. I think they've got a great squad. But then he announced the squad that he was taking to the World Cup, and then that's what I was like. I think I said this in my predictions video as well. I remember they announced the squad. I was like, oh, that's weird. He's left out a couple of big names. Defence looked weak, and then obviously Reece James gets injured. They have no right backs, whatever. So like after the squad announcement, it's like maybe they won't win the World Cup. Maybe he's buggered this. But now the path is opening for them, and they've again found themselves in one of these. Like, and listen, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, they've got an easy route to the final. A route's a route to the final. You've got to get there. You've got to play the same amount of games. You can only beat what's in front of you. There's no point in us being Celtic fans and saying, oh, look at the route they got, when we get offended when folks say, oh, look at the team Celtic play to win the league. It's hypocritical. As I said, I try and be a totally fair analysis. I try and analyse the game so fair. 2-1. Woof. Argentina goal. How long's left? So I'm not going to sit here and go, what an easy route to the final for England when we get slagged constantly for beating the likes of fucking Dundee to win cups and leagues every year. You can only beat what's in front of you, and they've done it, and there've been some tough games. Not trying to defend England by any stretch, but like I'm just not going to be a hypocrite about things. This game shows why Osman shouldn't be a part of Celtic next season. Oh, come on, we're not starting it. It's 40 every year this happens. 40 minutes into pre-season. And if it's not that, it's like Inamura 40 minutes into Cork. Oh, he should be playing for Celtic. Like, fucking hell, it's pre-season. Look, we'll see how he plays when real games matter. Come on, Argentina. There's plenty of time, lads. Come on. Do it for this guy. Do it for him. Do it for him, Argentina. Come on. Gotta just keep him up for the rest of the stream now. Yes, I do have a Pope Francis bobblehead at my PC. And what of it? This is my place of work. I want protected while I work. Look at him. El Papa. The greatest Pope that ever poped. Aye. Do it for him, Argentina. Do it for him. A couple of membership loyalties to go over here. Thoughts of the prospect of McGlynn getting the Scotland job. It's hardly inspiring. But, like, I think there's a lot worse. Clark had to go, but the options aren't great. Alistair, thank you for the 21 months, mate. Saying, never thought I would want a team to lose more than England until the USA yesterday. Successful hate watch. I still would rather watch England lose than the USA lose, to be fair. But ho hum, justice is served. I need to get a Leo one, don't I? Argentina should do it for Burnaby. Oh Christ, not heard that name in a while, Rannies Rovers. Thank you for the loyalty, by the way. I appreciate it, mate. This game has been rotten. Why'd I watch that? Yeah, well done to everybody who's getting to watch the Argentinian game. I feel like I deserve a fucking medal or a plaque or something for sacrificing watching this great World Cup quarter-final/16 game for this pish that I'm watching just now. Honestly, if it goes to extra time in the Argentina game, I might end this stream early. There's a genuine chance I end this stream early if it goes to extra time, but we'll wait and see what happens. Am I the only guy wanting Egypt to win? Probably not, Paul. My friend Callum has... I see my friend Callum has an Egyptian family. I know they're lovely. I've got friends who are half Egyptian. So, like, I have a wee soft spot for them. I wouldn't mind seeing them win, but Argentina are the team left in the competition that I want them to win. That I want them to win the competition. So, like, that's why I want them to win. Neil Lennon for the Scotland job, Ryan. I genuinely, no word of a lie, said that to David Buick. No word of a lie. I said it to David Buick. I said, let's get Neil Lennon the Scotland job. And I think I think that out of all the names that are realistically going to be the next Scotland manager, I'd rather Neil Lennon them all. Oh, a chance for Celtic. Oh, it's offside or something. Foul. Aye, just switch it to an Argentina Watchalong. Callum Osmond. The thing with Osmond is he's looking active. He's moving a lot. They gave a foul there. They gave a foul. I don't think it was an awful lot in that to be a foul. We are a few minutes away from half time. I'm watching the World Cup on TV, watching you on the tablet. Don't you dare finish early. Okay, sorry for threatening you. You deserve Batwish's winner's medal for this torture. I'm glad someone agrees. Shelbourne trying to go forward. Corner for them as we approach the end of the first half. I'd be surprised if they add on any stoppage time. I'd be surprised. I've got the World Cup on the TV. You on PC screen 1 and Celtic player on screen 2. I've made it 2-0! No way! No way! Muchacho. And they won it in Qatar. Muchacho. And they brought the cup to Parkhead, and it still feels like a dream. Brilliant. Go on, the Argentinians. I'm going to... Hold on, I'll put a wee photo in my group chat. There we go. Wee photo in. Muchacho. Muchacho, everybody. Amazing. Nearly half time here. Go on, the Argentinians. 30 seconds till we hit the 45th here at Tolka. It has been a pretty non-eventful first half at Tolka Park. No words. I imagine we're going to see a lot of these players, especially... Oh, McGregor had to stretch there. That was going to end nasty. My whole street listening to you, Ryan. Fantastic. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Cat getting strangled. Woohoo. Feel free, Kevin. Feel free. Feel free, mate. I'll be there. There's been no standouts. We're probably going to see all the first team players come off at half time. And if you're we chip ball again for Osmond if he's onside. And he's not onside, he's off. And we'll probably get the half time whistle. No, they've added 2 minutes on actually. But what I was going to say was, is if you're going to ask me, who's the standouts from the first half? There's none. Osmond's looked active. It's pre-season, so I'm not going to... I think there's been a couple of players that look pretty shit. I actually think Jamesy Forrest's been alright. You know that? I think Forrest has looked decent. McGregor's played a couple of nice passes. Defensively, we've looked a little bit weak. Bernardo's been a bit disappointing, but it's pre-season. It's a fucking warm-up we're playing here. Do you know what I mean? It's a warm-up. So, praying for those who sit around Ryan on a weekly basis. Listen. I've had the same people around me for the best part of 10 years. They've suffered for long enough, and the fact they've not moved yet tells me that they're okay. So, unless I go back next season and they're long gone, because last year might have been the year I tipped them over the edge. I would say Jamesy is the standout, says buddy. Yeah, I actually think that Forrest could be the standout. Here he is again, by the way. He's looking... Is it just me, or is Forrest looking fitter? Is it just me, or does he look a little bit sharper, a little bit quicker? Shot on goal from Balakwisha. It was on target, but it's collected quite easily from the Shelbourne keeper. But yeah, Forrest has looked okay, and I think that is us about to get the half-time whistle here at Tolka Park, where it is Shelbourne 0, Celtic 0 going into the break. Just waiting for the whistle to be blown on my stream. Should be happening just about now. I feel like I've given an apt recap / summary of the first half, and there it is. There is the half-time whistle at Tolka Park. Shelbourne 0, Celtic 0, in a pretty non-eventful first half. I would imagine it's going to be more of the same in the second. So all I can do is try and bring life to the situation, to the party, and I will continue to do that in the second half. But I'm going to go away and get myself refreshed, a couple of wee bits and bobs, a drink of water and whatnot, and I'm going to try and catch however long is left of how long is left of the Argentina game. Oh god, I'm going to try and watch the last couple of minutes. Right, feel free to stay with me. If not, come back for the second half and I'll see you then. Until then, just talk amongst yourselves, I suppose. I'll not be long. When they brought it back from Qatar, everybody, muchacho, Hey! What a tune! What a tune! Right, Alexa, stop. Right, we're back for the second half. What? By the way, I can't. What a come down it is to go for that to watching the second half of fucking Shelbourne versus Celtic. Honestly. Oh, Mortal, how you doing, mate? How's fucking Bielsa getting on? Wait, when's his next game in the World Cup? Who's he playing in the quarterfinals? Oh, aye, he was pumped too without a fucking win. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. To come from that to this is degrading. And in every sense of the word. Lionel Messi just... I put it in the group chat, second half is about to kick off. And I think I would be remiss if I didn't mention, how lucky, I mean, in particular people my age and above, who have got to grow up watching Lionel Messi and seeing what he has done in the game, because my God, I mean, he's just unbelievable. And he's still the best player in the world. He's still the best player. There's no doubt of that in my mind. Like, him playing in America doesn't make a fucking an ounce of a difference. He's at the point of his career now where he's a near billionaire or whatever. He makes business decisions rather than footballing decisions, and he's went there to help grow his brand and help take his life into the next stage of it all. If he was still playing for Barcelona, he'd be the best player in Spain. Chance for Celtic early on there, curled round the post. He's just unbelievable. That is sensational. And that is why Argentina are just such an easy team to support and watch and enjoy at these tournaments, at the World Cup. It was the same the last time round. And this is the thing. Remember the old famous phrase, and it was, or the famous saying, and it was Alex Ferguson saying, "Give me Zidane and 10 planks of wood and I'll win the Champions League, I'll win the European Cup." It is almost the exact same with Messi. In fact, it is Messi is far better than Zidane. And, he is there with 10 maniacs. 10 maniacs, a chance for Shelbourne, just wide. 10 maniacs rather than 10 planks of wood. And Messi he carried them to a World Cup in 2022. He very well might be about to do it again. Honestly, just an incredible... What a joy. And it's like, I've always been a firm believer of, I like to honour the past and I like to honour everything else. Who else should I glaze, Mortal? Who else should I glaze? But you're a Ronaldo fanboy. I love acknowledging the greats of the game, and I never like to forget. So I love praising and looking back on the likes of Maradona, for example. I genuinely do believe nobody will ever be better than Lionel Messi. And I know evolution tells you that eventually one day, and maybe long after we're all gone from this planet, there probably will be someone better. The history just dictates that. There was somebody that came along that was better than Di Stefano, and there was somebody that was better than Pele, and there was somebody that was better than Maradona, and there was somebody better than Zidane, and now we've got Messi. Naturally there will be somebody probably better than Messi, but I genuinely don't think that anybody will be better than him. He is a magician, he is a genius. My God almighty, what a joy and an honour it is to watch him play football, and hopefully they go through to the final and they win. The team is out for the second half. I will bring it up on screen for anybody who wants to see it, who wants to be reminded. Thank you to the over 500 of you who join me right now for this second half. Celtic have made 11 changes. It is an entirely new side out for the second half. The eagle-eyed people have noticed something about the second half. Vinny Sinsalo wearing the number 1 shirt. So if I just bring this up on screen right now, here's a reminder of the team as the second half is underway. We have switched to Sinsalo, Kennedy, Nawrocki, Scales, Montgomery, Ewer, Engels, McCowan, Turley, Hatton and Shin Yamada, with only 4 players yet to make an appearance at all. One of them being Jude Bonner. Is that Jude Bonner? Is he still with the club? My God. Darjay, Obadiwe and Charlton. We very well could be watching Arne Engels play one of his last games as a Celtic player. Other than that, yeah, of course, a lot of the B-teamish type players / players you would expect to leave the club on the park now for Celtic. But Vinny Sinsalo wearing that number 1 shirt. So there you go with that. There's your team for the second half. I will not remember what team is playing this half, so you will hear me say, oh, there's somebody took a shot, there's somebody on the ball, because I am watching on a wee iPad screen and I can't make out who is who, and that's just me being truthful with you. Right, so let's get back to the watch-along setup. Let's get ready for the second half, as it was with the first half. Get your points, get your questions in. As always, I'll prioritise any of the membership comments / donations. Celtic have a shot on target, saved by the Shelbourne keeper. A pretty good chance at the start of the second half. Ends up getting pulled back for a foul in the box anyway. Is that Kyle Ure that got the shot away? Still waiting to see the replay of it. Yeah, no, okay, here we go. Seeing it now. There's a shot on goal. Just doesn't put any direction in it, which is why it's right down the throat of the keeper. Now we watch the real goal. Which one? Is that Shelbourne's team? Argentina have got to win the World Cup now after that. They just never know when they're beat. Same happened in Qatar. Yep. Do you take note of squad numbers in friendlies? But not particularly, my friend. Not particularly, Mr. Leeds Gamer. But it is straight. Everybody seems to have their usual numbers. So seeing Sinisalo with the number 1 shirt is interesting, because it's not like players are just wearing generic numbers. They're wearing their actual designated numbers. So just a point of interest there in regards to Celtic. Rio Hatate, by the way, I've not even thought about that. It didn't even cross my mind. It's almost as if I've already forgotten about Rio Hatate, which is terrible, but still. Not involved at all today, so surely I'm moving the offing for him pretty soon. We generally look awful right now. I know it's a friendly, but yeah, of course we look awful, because we've not kicked a ball since May. But listen, I know, but there's no point. Listen, I remember years where Celtic fucking won trebles and whatnot, and in the first friendlies we've been beat. And I was there watching Celtic struggle to kick their own arse against teams at Celtic Park in pre-season friendlies. Leicester City, Wolfsburg, Lyon. They were playing their B teams and we couldn't kick our own arses. And we went on and had pretty successful seasons. So just, never worry about these things. We'll see how we play when the season starts, and we'll get the fitness up, and we'll hopefully have signings, and then we'll go from there. Look, it's not trying to convince myself that everything's going to be okay. It's just that these friendlies do mean diddly squat. What I don't like is that I'm still waiting for the score bug to come up for this second half, so I have no idea what minute we're in right now, because there's no score bug on the screen. So that's quite annoying. Shelbourne trying to etch out a chance here. It's dealt with Celtic quite well at the back. Of course, we got 45 minutes of Cameron Carter-Vickers back in a Celtic shirt, which is happy. Yeah, Red Imps is a great example. I mean, we literally lost to Lincoln Red Imps and then went on to have one of the greatest seasons in the club's history. So, it's just one of those ones. That was a competitive game. So, it's never a point getting bogged down by what happens in friendly games, to be quite honest. Bring back Mr. Dembele, absolutely. Yes, Alfie Devine has signed for Preston. Just to make that clear, it is official. He has been announced as a Preston player in the Preston shirt. He will not be coming to Celtic this summer. He must have seen my video saying why we should sign him and thought, bugger that, I'm off to Preston North End. We were shite in the Asia Tour. How did that season play out? Was that Rodgers' first season back? The Asia Tour. Ended up winning a double, but that was a bit of a slog at the start of that season, if we remember rightly. But we ended up going on to win a double, so it wasn't that bad. And we also got our first Champions League home win in over 10 years, so there was definitely positives to take from that campaign. I feel the only friendly that will show us something of what's to come is the one against AC Milan. Yeah, I mean, that's the last friendly, isn't it, before the league season starts? So yeah, that'll be the closest thing we have to like a ready Celtic going into the new campaign. So we'll wait and see. Where is Hatate? I mean, I don't know where he is, but I'm assuming his absence is pretty telling of his Celtic future, and where that lies, and that is almost certainly away from the club. I think it's just a matter of when now, rather than if. When will we finally hear that Rio Hatate's off? The thing is like the strange thing, and I think one of the strangest things with Rio Hatate is the fact that there has been absolutely no reporting of an offer, or not even an offer, but interest. Like, we've had no reporting whatsoever of interest in the player. So, it's hard to tell where or when he will go. quite frankly. Have we had a striker in recent years that scored 5 goals in the Champions League altogether? Never mind one in one season. Good point. I can see why people are disappointed though. Like, I can understand. It's not like he was ripping it apart in Azerbaijan, and before that he was struggling in very low down in Portugal. So I can see why people are like keeping their head on the, keeping their head level about it, staying grounded with it. But those 5 goals in the Champions League are huge. There's no denying that. So, like, there's definitely... Look, I'm excited about Duran. As I want to be excited about every signing we make at the end of the day. So I'm certainly not going to sit here and be like, oh, it's dreadful. So, yeah, we'll see where it goes from there. Celtic trying to move forward. Shelbourne have dropped a lot of men back so far in this second half. They were a lot more forward thinking in the first. It looked as though they were trying to be a bit more in the front foot. They were pressing Celtic a lot higher. But they have kind of went into that low block now, and Celtic, with their B team players, will probably struggle to break that one down. In the video of the players returning, Hatate looked like he'd been held captain. Yeah, he did not look happy. He did not look happy. I'm not going to take FM stats as what I mean. If you go off FM stats for a long time, Maida was terrible. His technicals were terrible, but I'm not going to. It's a video game, innit? I don't imagine they have many people over in Azerbaijan as well, but then again, I don't know. I'm just going to... I'll judge him as he plays. It's the same with every signing we make. You can either be excited or pessimistic. You can only wait until they start playing. But we need another striker. There's no two ways about that for me. Like, we do need to go and sign another striker. So whether he's good enough or not, somebody else should be coming through the door. Hello, Lloydie boy. How are you doing? Hi Ryan, hope you're well. Just back from America myself last week. How did you find Nashville and the USA overall? I had a great time. It was a great trip. Nashville was wonderful. A great place. I'm a big country fan, so I was always excited to go. Weather was absolutely fantastic. Drinking on the rooftops was brilliant. I had a great time. Boston was a marvellous city. Great people. Great culture. Yeah, I had a really good trip. I had a really good trip. So thank you for asking. I hope you enjoyed it yourself. How did you find it, sir? How did you find it, Lloydie? Let's see. Heard Maida's been linked away. Yeah, Maida will be off, mate. Maida's definitely off. I wonder where he'll end up. Fulham is one of the ones, as Cole said there, that's been mentioned. I know there's been long-standing interest with Brentford as well. I think he's almost kind of guaranteed to land in the Premier League. It's just a matter of who now. Be one of those kind of middling sides. You'll see. Do I have a score prediction for the rest of the game? Yeah, 0-0. I generally struggle to see a goal coming here. Like, I have kind of given up on the football being played. Yeah, Duran looks a lot more exciting than any of the strikers we signed last year. Certainly more than Yamada or Chwanchara or Adamu or any of those guys. So, like, as I said, I'll judge them as they play. Hassan's value have probably skyrocketed. Hopefully joins, even though he looks like another Taneki. I've said it in the first half a few times. As far as I understand, Celtic have not made a bid for Hassan. That was something that was put out there this morning by a couple of accounts that I don't think hold much credibility or skin in the game. That's not me saying that there's no chance of Celtic are looking at him, but there was reports that we'd actually made a bid, and as far as I understand, that is not the case. So I would hold... I said a lot of talk about him, and rightly so, because his name's been mentioned with Celtic, and I get that, but I don't think there's anything much in it right now. No, I'm not going to go as far as say anything in it, but there's not much in it just now, to say the least. Maida at Leeds would be a cracking signing. You would love him to bits. He just works hard, mate. You would love him. You'd fall in love with him very quickly. He's also very frustrating, but you would love him. You would love him. Scaldini is getting a good reception. Yeah, I mean, I can't hear anything, so I'm not going to. I'm not going to say, oh yes. I have no idea. So with Duran, most likely that means Cole Campbell is out the window. I don't necessarily think Cole Campbell was ever in the window, to be honest. Like, once again, one of those names that popped up, there was like, oh, Celtic are interested, and it amounted to nothing. Like, that's been almost a full month now since Celtic were linked with Cole Campbell. So I think when we use the phrase out the window, I think we have to actually ask the question, was he ever in the window, to be quite honest? How much do you reckon that Dyson will leave for? Man of the match, the goal in the World Cup surely increases his value by $1 million or $2 million. Maybe $1 million. I wouldn't go as far to say $2 million. I think that Celtic will be very lucky to hit 10 million. I'm not expecting 10 million for Maeda. He's only got a year left in his deal. I'm expecting, and people are going to go, no way, Ryan, he's worth more than that. I expect £7 million top end. Like I don't really see much more coming in on top of that. I really don't. That's just me being realistic about it. I think you've got to be realistic about it. And I get that he performed pretty well across his 3 World Cup games, but I don't think it's going to make a world of a difference to teams who are going to bid for him. Like, Kay Sanson saying 15 million. I just, there's no way Celtic will get 15 million from Maeda. If they do, I'll happily admit that I was wrong. But I just don't see it. I just don't see it. With a year left, and that does so much damage when you've only got a year left on your deal. It takes a value right down. It takes it so far down. And like, even like, let's talk Premier League teams. A Premier League team will pay it or whatever. And well, will they, when they could get him next year on a free? When they could sign him in January in the Bosman rule? I don't think they would. Why waste £15 million on a player when they can sign him for free in January? You know, it's just I don't see it. I really don't see it. I would temper your expectations in regards to a transfer fee for Dyson Maeda if you're thinking big. So wait, the thing is, what does Celtic do in that situation? Because I see Kevin bringing up a good point here and saying, like, if we don't get at least 10 million, run his contract down. Which I think, you know, is a very, do you know what, from a business point of view, Celtic could go, well, we're not going to just take, so say 7 was the best they could get, 7 or 8 million, they go, that's disappointing, we don't want just 7 or 8 million, fuck it, we'll keep him for another year and we'll get our value out of him that way. But is that good for anybody? Like, we saw how he started the season last year. It's clear he came out after the exit of the World Cup saying, I want to go. I don't think keeping it around is smart for any party. And I think we have just got to accept that he's off. But we'll see. But you know what? It's not me that sets the fees. So wait and see. On that note, Rin says, if it's only around 8 million, there's no point in selling. Might as well keep, although he won't play well if he doesn't. Well, that's the thing. So, like, it's all well and good saying, oh, we may as well keep him and run down his contract. But then, like, that's Celtic then voluntarily passing up on still a big sum of money. Like, 8 million. Let's just use 8 as that number for now. 8 million's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. And will he be angry if we don't let him go? You know, things like that have to come into account. So I don't know. But we'll wait and see. Like, Celtic struggle to get 25 million quid for their best players, never mind someone who's on a year left in their deal. So, like, to expect, you know, 10 million short of that is, you know, we'll wait and see. I'm hoping you're right. I really do hope we get a big fee for him. But I'm just trying to, you know, I suppose it doesn't affect me anyway. It's not as if the money's gone into my bank account. How much will Engels go for Ryan? It sounds like the club are going to try and hold out for a record fee, which would be £26 million. So I hope we get £26 million. We'll soon see. I think Celtic will. That's a different one, because there's a number of years on his deal, because he is young. I think that we will crack the transfer record for him, especially because Forest were willing to. And again, it was deadline day desperation more than anything, right? But like the 30 million bid that we got on deadline day, you know, I think says that Celtic will get a sizable fee for him. So we'll wait and see. Right, there's less than half an hour to play here at Tolka Park. There's been nothing happening for the last 10 minutes, truth be told. In fact, the camera feed has just cut there as Shelbourne have a cracking chance. We are back now. But Shelbourne did have a crack on goal there, and it wasn't far off. The Shelbourne fans applauding what they saw, in fact. Could have very easily been 1-0 to Shelbourne right there. But Celtic had to pick themselves up and go again. Aye. Thank you to Nicholas for the 50... What is SEK? What is that, like Slovenia? Slovakia? Hold up, thank you, mate. SEK is the Swedish krona. My God, I feel... Sorry for getting it wrong, Nicholas. I really should have guessed by the surname. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. You're an absolute legend. With the 50 Swedish krona says, when Celtic are so dominated, you should sign 18 to 20 year olds and move them on for after 2 to 3 years and make money. But that, Nicholas, is a large part of Celtic's model. We do a lot of that. And like our biggest sales over the last 5 to 10 years have really come from, you know, the likes of Jeremy Frimpong, who we signed for, you know, pennies, a development fee, and Celtic sold for upwards of £10 million, or around about £10 million. That is the sort of the model. The thing is with that model, Nicholas, is that it's not universally popular amongst the Celtic support. So, when you do go and sign an 18-year-old for cheap, you get, it's a project signing. It's not somebody who's going to improve the first team. It's not good enough. We're not ambitious. So it's just it never impresses the whole support. But we haven't been very good at it these last couple of years, admittedly. I don't think we've found enough players in that price range and that age range to then sell for profit. It's been a while, I feel like, since we've had a real good one. But thank you for the donation. I appreciate that, mate. I hope you're well, and I send all my love to Sweden. Love the Swedes. Big Swedish fan, me. Big Zara Larsson fan. Celtic are in the box now. Penalty! Oh! How's that not a pen? How's that not a pen? What's going on there? Just been shoved to the ground. We're acting like it doesn't. It's not fucking. That's got to be a pen. Shin. By the way, Alice Wrigley, Shin Yamada's garbage. Absolute fucking garbage, to say the least. Duran's signing reminds me of Negrin, as he was fairly cheap and had experience in the Champions League. Fair enough. Doesn't make me think of Negrin much, but I get your working. Celtic still had a penalty. Any standouts, asks Boys. Say in the first half, the standout for me was genuinely James Forrest. I think the second half nobody stood out. We're 20 minutes in and it's been pish. But in the first half, I really did think that James Forrest was the standout. I actually think he looked a lot fitter. I thought he looked a little bit quicker. He was taking his man on well. And obviously, you're playing a different standard. So, it's not as if that means that James Forrest is about to have the season of his life and he should be starting on the wing every week for Celtic. But he genuinely was. And maybe that says a lot about the quality of the game. We're watching the Celtic have a chance here. It's Yamada, I think, who just runs it into traffic. Just could not escape his men. Couldn't get a shot off. And now Shelbourne looking to strike on the counter-attack. It's played right to the hands of Vinny Sinsalo. But yeah, James Forrest was a standout for me in the first half of the game. Thank you to the boys in Grain for the £5. I appreciate it. It says, Vamos! Argentina and Messi, absolutely incredible. And in tears, favourite team when Scotland go out. Plus on Patrick, I'm assuming you might say thoughts on the Patrick Lowry return. I am buzzing about the Patrick Lowry return. What a guy, God bless him. An absolute hero. Get him performing at the first game at Celtic Park. But yeah, Argentina is who I want to win. I mean, when Scotland go out, I'm a Germany guy. But sadly, Germany went out very early this year, so I'm now de facto a Argentina man. So said before, do it for him. My goat. Will there be a hydration break this quarter? Well, we are approaching what would be hydration break time, so we'll find out very, very soon, Lollop. Hoping that Ure could break through this year, says Boise. Well, Alistair says McCowan is a man short. A lot of people saying Ure looks good. He's looked handy. Celtic try to go forward here. A shot goes flying over into the tier of seats behind the Celtic goal. The Shelbourne goal. There's something got to be souvenir. Fans stealing the ball and gone up the road with it. This game is abhorrent, says Riley. Yep. Not gonna lie. Struggling here. I'm struggling for the motivation to see out the last 23 minutes of this stream. I really am. So if anybody has any guiding words, any motivation for me, feel free to pass it on, because I am struggling. 25 million for Engels plus a 50% sell-on. Calm yourself. Maybe 10 if we're lucky. Celtic should go out and get Javor Schlager. He's a free agent and a class player for McGregor to wind down. Remember the talk about Javor Schlager that just amounted to nothing. It would be a dream come true if Celtic signed a player of his quality, but let's just calm down a little bit, shall we? Let's just calm down. Norway for Sanson. Yeah, fair enough. Shin is fucking useless. Predict the next yellow card. Shin. Since he's on my mind. Ball crossed in, cleared. It's met on the edge of the area. Celtic trying to just work their way back into the box now. As I said, it's been a bit of a dreadful watch. Tackles flying. And oh! Ref, that's a pit. Another Celtic penalty. Just waved away. We're being fucking kicked off the park here in this second half. It's an absolute disgrace. Absolute disgrace. Here goes Shelbourne moving forward. Taken away by... There we go. Right, we're trying to move forward. Right, go. Go now. By the way, I was shouting penalty. There was no penalty given. Just to make it clear. There was no penalty given. Oh, it's one! McCowan! Oh! Wide from Luke McCowan. He won the ball well. It was a 2-on-1 from Celtic in terms of winning the ball back. They pressed. They won it. By the way, I think... Is that... Oh, that should be a penalty Celtic. That really should be a penalty Celtic, I think. Let me see again. Yep. Don't know how we've not got a penalty there. That is almost certainly a pen Celtic, and it's not been given. Then McCowan has a good chance. Just drags it wide using his left foot. Yeah, just wide. But it really should have been a penalty to Celtic. Don't know how it's not. I'm not going to sit here and cry about it. Fucking pre-season friendly. But Yamada was taken down from behind. Kicked in the calf, to be precise. And we have our water break, ladies and gentlemen. Hey! Well, it's a water break. It's a good time to remind people of this. I need to get round to my emails, and I promise I'll get to you. Starting from August 2026, the Ryan118 channel will be looking for new sponsorship to help cover the streaming software that runs these weekly live streams. If you own a small business and you're interested in advertising at this portion of the live streams, then please feel free to get in touch using the business email that is attached in all of my video/stream descriptions. That's business@ryan118.com. Fire me an email for any inquiries to start sponsorship opportunities from August this year. Right, to those who are watching that might have already emailed me about advertising it through the 26-27 season, I will get back to you. I promise. Don't let it be a reflection on me. It has just been an incredibly busy couple of weeks since getting back from America. So trust me, I'll get back to you. Let's get back to the stream now and continue with this game. The water break is still... That's not right. What's this from? That's not right at all. What game is this from? Hearts Celtic, the 25th of January. Oh, I don't want to remember that game. Yeah, so like it's water break still. Sean Maloney dishing out the instructions. It's been a dreadful watch. It's been a dreadful watch, this, as we approach the 72nd minute of the game. The fourth quarter! The fourth quarter! Since football's going that way. Into quarters. No, it won't be, Dennis. Just to ease anybody's concerns here, I can reassure yous there is no water breaks planned for the Scottish Premiership this season. Right? So just once again, let me make this clear. Let me be crystal for anybody who is not entirely sure. There will not be hydration breaks halfway through the first half and halfway through the second half of Scottish Premiership, Scottish Cup and League Cup games this season. And neither will there be for European games as far as I'm aware. I don't know why we're having them for this friendly, to be quite honest. I don't know if they thought it was necessary. Or because it's just a friendly, they're like, okay, well... But listen, they will not be involved with league games this season. Thank you to Securia for the 21 months of loyalty. I appreciate that. Play 55-0 more fun than this trip. Well, yeah, by the way, what a shout. I might... Has anybody played Geosport yet? It's my new favourite game. It's very American based though, so if you don't know much about American sports, you might be good. But they do have a couple of European based questions sometimes. But a big fan of it. It's became my new favourite game. Got my new record today. It's out of 1,000. I got 951 today. It's my new high score. Pretty proud of that. Martin looks bored. Yes, as do we all. As do we all. Be good if Celtic, if not just Celtic, it'd be good if footballers in general could just be up to speed straight away and these games were exciting or these games were actually not needed. Imagine we could just go into the first game of the season without pre-season friendlies. That would be amazing. This is pathetic. I know it's only our first pre-season game, but come on, Celtic, this is nonsense. It's been pretty bad, to be fair, but I'm not going to sit and moan about it. God, right, we have about just over 15 minutes to go. So, I mean, as soon as this game is done, by the way, I'm not staying on after the game. I'm not giving any fucking detailed review. So my review will come over the next 15 minutes. But if you're desperate to get points answered and you want to have a gab about anything, you've got 15 minutes from now, to really get going with it. So I thank you, Kyle, for the 20 months of channel loyalty. I appreciate that, mate. Saying, how you doing, Ryan? My cousin Kennedy, 52, is playing tonight. God, that's some age to be playing for certain. I'm joking. He's playing tonight. Watch out for the name. And if you were to sign 5 players, who would they be? Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Lennox, Paddy McCourt, Henrik Larsson, and Damien Duff. But is that your cousin? Fantastic. I will keep that in mind. I wish him the very best with the rest of his career. Hopefully we see him make an impact at Celtic over the next time soon. Fake game fixed. I've seen that a few times. Because there would be great need to fix a pre-season friendly. We are continuing to go backwards. Yeah, it's hard to look faster right now. Even the commentators are saying this is bad, even for a first pre-season game. I've not been listening to the commentators, to be fair. I've had the game on mute, essentially, so I've got it very quiet and I can't hear anything. How are set pieces looking with the new coach? Well, we've not had many. I don't think we've had like one in this second half, actually. In the first half, we had a few corners and a few of them were delivered by one of the younger lads. So, like, we've not actually seen, I don't know, Arne Engel step up for a corner or Benji Negrin step up for a corner. At the same time, it's going to take, just like any coach, takes time to get his philosophy and his plans in place. I don't think we're going to see an instant impact with the set-piece coach. I think it is going to take a bit of time and understanding. So, like, not much to update on with that just yet. The broadcasters now look fondly on the idea of 4 quarters, and the broadcasters now shape football. Well, them and Trump, so don't be too shocked if it happens. Yeah, I'd like to think that UEFA still have a backbone in them so that it never really infiltrates the European game. But as you've just said, money talks, broadcasters control the game, and if they can get more money, they certainly will try and sway UEFA in certain directions. Let's hope it's not going to happen, though. Let's really hope. But I've seen like UEFA call out FIFA for a lot in regard to this World Cup, in particular, the scandal with the Somalian referee. Like, I kind of restored a bit of, I was like, oh, good on UEFA, So wait and see. Fallen from Uganda, love that. Thank you very much, mate. Send him a love over. I love that. Thanks, mate. I hope you're well. Thank you for watching. Love that. Cheers, brother. Any more news about signings? No, none as it stands, from what we spoke about earlier today. Sorry for repeating this, but do you think Navrosky deserves a chance this year? I wouldn't say he's undeserving of a chance, but I would like Celtic to be slightly more ambitious. I would like Celtic to maybe go out and have real quality in the centre half department. So, like, I'm not saying he's undeserving of a chance. I think it would be pretty lacklustre in terms of what we need if we revert back the way. Dermot is going to need to start issuing a season-long supply of ecstasy to keep the fans happy. That's one way to put it. Any truth in Celtic being interested in Just? Yeah, I'm sure they will be, but I don't think there's anything more than interest at this point in time. UEFA bad, but they at least call out FIFA nonsense. Yeah, that's essentially what I was saying. Falling from Minnesota, I love that, Pecan. I would say go Vikings or whatever, but I am an Eagles fan. In fact, to be fair, there is an Eagles Minnesota link. The Eagles won their first ever Super Bowl in Minnesota, so I guess I have a bit of love for Minnesota by default. So, nice. Love that. Hope things are well in Minnesota. I'd love to go to Minnesota. Would love to go. I've talked about the Hassan situation from Egypt a few times on the stream tonight. As far as I understand, Celtic have not actually made a bid for him. Not saying there's no interest, or there never will be a bid, but as far as I understand right now, as of this moment, there's not been a bid for him. Here goes Celtic again into the box, out for what looks to be a Celtic corner. Yes. Tasmania. We've got people all over the world watching this tonight. Uganda, Minnesota, Tasmania. Love that. Shout out to you guys over in Tasmania. You little devils. I've got such an itchy nose. Sorry, I'm not meaning to pick my nose on stream. Can I just make that clear? Just make that clear right now. SummerSlam in Minnesota. You're right. You're damn right. This has been one of the worst experiences of my life. This has been, so far, 80, soon to be 90 minutes. I will never get back. And thank you for the over 800 people who are watching me go through that misery right now. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Hungary. Where's everybody coming from? We've got Japan. We've got Hungary. New Zealand. This is class, this. You make me feel so big time. And here I am, in Easterhouse. You know? The East End of Glasgow. Worst ever Celtic game, I can tell you there has been worse. But this is dreadful. This is dreadful. It's a horrible watch, this. Lithuania! My friends went to Lithuania in January and I was going to go, but I couldn't be bothered. Love that. Livingston, Cumnock. Some of the places aren't as glamorous. Antarctica. If you're actually in Antarctica, then fair fucks. Jamaica, Columbus, Ohio. The Buckeye Boys. Love it. This is fantastic. North Carolina. Rookiesy. Not far. The Dark Side of the Moon, Dunfermline, Springboig. Easterhouse, Skinheads, Parkheath, Moodiesburn, Manchester, Broomhouse, Cumbernauld, Dublin, Pisson, God, we're getting them all in. Fort William, Mar-a-Lago, Ivory Coast, Largs, Motherwell, Ardross and Fife, Halifax, Leeds, West Yorkshire, England, love it, Cumbernauld, Portland, Oregon, Townhead, Clarkston, Douglas, Kelly, Cape Verde, seriously Cape Verde, or are you taking the piss out of me, Lewis? Toronto, oh my God, South Wales, Alvor, Jesus, I'm struggling, bloody hell, oh, you're flying, Boston, we've got Boston away, shout out to the Boston lads, Tollcross, Bournemouth, Hamilton, oh my God, I can't keep up, it's fucking, I feel like I'm part of like, Johnston no more, Hamilton no more, Rutherglen no more, Luton no more. Right, okay, plenty everybody. £2, thank you very much, Brooklyn. When do you think we'll get a trailer-free game shit? What? Do you mean like for GTA? I don't know, hopefully soon, I'm dying for it. Lads, thank you for tuning in from all around the world. I appreciate it. I love hearing... I actually was walking to St Patrick's Cathedral in New York. This is a Brendan Rodgers story and a half, this, by the way. I was on my way to St Patrick's Cathedral in New York, in Manhattan. And as I was walking along, a man pulled me aside and he said, Ryan, I love the content. But genuinely, and you might be watching, sir, but as someone who's watched the channel for years, I believe he is Scottish and moved to New York. And he's donated to the channel and such before. I think he was at a run or something. And he just... Brian, oh my God, fucking blah blah, and talking away to him, and it was nuts. You bump into people from all over, and it's great. So thank you for supporting the channel. Everywhere, anywhere you are around the world. Adam, thank you for your loyalty, who's watching from the Northern Lights of old Aberdeen. And I'm not going to read out the last part, but I'll happily sing the wee... What's the Gothenburg song again? How's that go? I'll happily sing that. That's a tune. Admittedly, that is a tune. The game we are watching, unfortunately. When do you think we will get trailer-free game? Oh, I'm still confused as to what you mean. I'm hitting a badge in here. Like I am so horribly bored by what I'm watching. This is just a deminging game of football I watch. I think I'm broken. I think I'm actually broken. Anyway, did Martin say we had a few things going on, or was just talking about Duran? I've not listened to any of Martin's pre-match stuff. I was out today, and I think I literally got in, got my dinner, and was straight up here. So I've not had the chance to listen to anything Martin O'Neill has actually said yet. That's my homework for tonight after the game is finished. If I can stomach talking about Celtic or listening to anything about Celtic, because this game would put you off the fucking football. Shelbourne moving forward. Oh, good cross. It was intercepted at the last second by, I think it was Mike Nawrocki actually, who made a big interception there right at the critical juncture of the Shelbourne attack. Yet we were high up the park. They countered well. They attacked with pace, and it's the crosses. Yeah, good clearance from Nawrocki, to be fair. Good clearance from him. Nathan, tell me you're not going to be cooking in that loft watching the next two friendlies in a heatwave. Is there a heatwave due for the next two? Lads, I'm telling you right now. Let me just go through the schedule, shall I? Let me have a look at when the next two friendlies are. And let me have a look at the weather for them whilst we do that, right? So if I go to Celtic, right, corner, centre, Shelbourne out for a goal kick. Right, so Celtic's next friendly is next Tuesday, 7:30, Sporting away, and then Saturday the 18th, Middlesbrough 3 o'clock. There's a good chance I'll be out at the pub for that one. So I really only have the Sporting game. I'm hoping that by 7:30 at night, things have cooled down in here a wee bit, in this loft. I am actually now going to backtrack on my promise for a friendly watch along for the Middlesbrough game. There's a real good chance I don't do that. A Saturday at 3 o'clock, if the weather's nice, there ain't no way I'm sitting in here watching Celtic play Middlesbrough. I'm just going to make that clear. But next Tuesday, they're talking... it's only... So far, the conditions only have us in for a max of 22 next Tuesday. It won't be that bad. It won't be that bad. So, I should be okay for the Sporting game. Should be okay for it. Quite telling how the most exciting thing about this friendly has been, or this second half, has been Sinisalo's number. Pub match reactions making a return. Maybe a couple through the season. Who knows? Maybe a couple. I hate doing the pub match reactions because I feel like people are watching them going, what is this shite? Like, I feel like they're just so bad. But some folks seem to really enjoy them. So, I mean, they're not. I don't do them often. It's mostly when I'm like on the bus, if it's an away game, or Hampden. Or if it's like the last day of the season, you've just won the league and not a dramatic last day winner. You know, it's usually those sorts of games, and then usually elsewhere. I need to trim my beard. Right, we've got 5 minutes left of this game. So if you really want to talk about something in particular, now is your time to get the point in. Spoiler alert, Celtic are not going to score. It's not going to... I don't think anybody's going to score, to be quite honest with you. So I'm literally wasting oxygen here. I'm just... Aye. Oh, somebody did say I need a beard trim. I do. I know I need a beard trim. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I've been lazy. I'm going to trim it tomorrow. Let's see. Give us the videos an extra bit of personality. Thank you. I appreciate that. Folk want to see you drunk, mate. I'll take that as a compliment. Oh, it's a penalty, Shelbourne. Oh, it's a penalty. Oh, it's a disaster. Oh, the season's done. The season's fucking done. I don't believe it. Oh, no. Oh, penalty, Shelbourne. Oh, what are we going to do? Oh, reset it. Fuck, I don't... Oh, damn it, where's the Danny Roll mask when you need it? Oh, penalty. Penalty, Shelbourne. I just said nobody... I literally just said about 10 seconds ago, nobody's going to score. Oh, gee. Oh, no. No. Sack Martin O'Neill. Get him out. Bring back Nancy. Right, here we go. Penalty, Shelbourne. Ref blows his whistle. 1-0 Shelbourne. Oh, no. Oh, no. Shit, no. My God, no. Fuck. Well, there you go. Shelbourne 1, Celtic 0. God, can I wrap it up? I'm really fucking bored. I'm really bored. Oh, right, there we go. I've updated the score. Can you see that there? There you go. Shelbourne 1, Celtic 0. In the 88th minute of the game. Season's over. Lennon out! Lennon out. There we go. Great game of football. Great game of football, this. It has been... I'm so glad that I have spent 90 minutes watching this. Oh, the flares are out. The flares are out at Toka Park. I bet you that's that Imagine Connor. I bet you that's him. I bet he's setting off the... Oh, well, no flares. Or smoke bombs, actually. Don't want to be done for fucking false information. Can Celtic chase a late equaliser? I doubt it. Ryan, you won't be laughing if we take this form into Dundee 3 weeks on Monday. No, I won't be, but I mean, if we end up playing this team, if we end up playing with the team that's on the park right now against Dundee 3 weeks on Monday, oh, not a bad chance. If we end up playing this team 3 weeks on Monday, I'd be stunned. Let it all work out. I've seen signs. Who is there living on the park again right now? I mean, I couldn't even name 4 of them. Do you know what I mean? It's all about getting the fitness up pre-season, lads. It's all about getting the fitness up. We're about to hit the 90th minute. It's your last chance, everybody. It is your last chance to get your points in, to get your questions in, to get anything like that. Just do it now. Do it now. Will this loss put pressure on the board? I'm joking. This is obviously not going to. You know. Arne Engels on the park. About to take a free kick. Seen a lot of chat in the chat about what might be coming. 3 minutes added. I wonder what might happen next. Ball in. Penalty Celtic! Oh my god! Hey, we're back! Penalty! Oh yes, man! Woo! Fucking hell! Jesus! Let's just update this. I know what's coming. Is our season back? 1-1 against Shelbourne's a good result. How's it go again? All Celtic fans with the board. I'm fucking kidding. I'm having a laugh here, right? I'm having a laugh. And it's Shin Yamada to step up. Shin Yamada to save Celtic's season. Here we go. Take the fucking thing. Oh, stumble. I hate stumbling penalties. Hey! Yes! 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 Everybody! Hold on. Hold. Oh no, I can't find it. No, I can't find it. Where are you? New season, same... Where the fuck is it? I can't find it. Play. New season, everybody. Let it all work out. Can't even, but I've not got the energy. My stream's actually frozen. I'm assuming that might be us at full time. What's Celtic are going for? Is that a corner? Corner Celtic in the 92nd minute? Could it be? The miracle in Shelbourne? Is that Shin Yamada's first goal for Celtic? Even though it's obviously like a friendly goal. But is that his first? The shinning. Alright. The shinning is here. Corner in. It's a deep one. And it's straight out for a goal kick. New season, new song needed, Ryan. That is a good question. Good point. What could be the new song? I don't want to let it all work out. Is for a very specific set of circumstances, to be fair. So I don't know what the song for the season is going to be. I believe we're about to get full time here. If the referee just wants to put us all out of our misery, that would be ideal. That would be so ideal. Can I just say, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me tonight. It has been a play. Look, the game was rotten. It was a terrible watch. I can't remember one thing of note that happened in the second half until both teams got a penalty. It's not. I don't think it's a sign of what's to come. But we have Sporting Lisbon up next a week today, so that's next Tuesday. We'll be playing them, and we'll see how that one goes. But for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you for watching me tonight. I'll be back on the channel tomorrow. You're the best. I've used over 800 of you here at this moment of absolute shit. Thank you, ladies and gents. I appreciate it. It's full time. It's Shelbourne 1, Celtic 1. I cannot wait to get after this. I'll see you next time.